We are just 4 days away from the English Premier League kicking off, and everybody's got a narrative. Everybody has an opinion, a prediction, a thought, a feeling about who may win the league, who's going to get relegated, who the overachievers, underachievers, flops, first managers to be sacked are going to be, and 1,000 other topics for us football lovers, the people that, pour their heart and soul into this game to discuss, debate, and more importantly, to laugh and joke over is the most important element here. Before we go any further, make sure you hit the like button, make sure you subscribe, make sure bell notifications are turned on. The last 2 years have seen really a seismic rise for Arsenal. A team that hadn't won the Premier League, or still hasn't, but hadn't won a Premier League or challenged for it properly since 2004. Had fallen out of the top 4 contendership and had become a bit of a laughingstock of English football, from a powerhouse that played brilliant football, that was respected, maybe not liked, but certainly respected across the country. They'd become a laughingstock. Wenger left, the very small and quick Unai Emery era took over, and it was very much the same. And then we saw this young upstart in Mikel Arteta come to Arsenal. And again, for the first couple of years, there was laughter. They were in the mud all the time. They were banter FC. Their fans raged at the club online, and they kicked off with one another, and they debated players. And it felt like a real toxic environment. But little did we know, they were building something behind the scenes. Now, I know before anybody writes it in the comment section, 2 minutes and 12, 13 seconds in, that they still haven't won a major trophy with this team that Arteta has built. And I saw a video after they beat Lyon the other day from Henry Wright, a friend of the show. And I saw it actually because I saw people on Twitter really kicking off about it. People really being angry that he has suggested that Arsenal will win the Premier League. And it very much echoes the same level of criticism that I have received. Most seasons I'll tell you that Manchester City are the best team in the world, that they're very hard to beat, that this is one of the greatest English teams, and in my opinion, one of the greatest European teams of all time. But yet me saying that Arsenal will become a dangerous or a scary team is seen as twerking. I praise City more, but any praise for Arsenal is twerking. And it's because there is a genuine fear. Henry's going through the same stuff because there is a fear that Arsenal are going to come good. And rival fans still have not been able to digest it. The media have calmed down a lot. The media are sort of leaving Arsenal alone now because they've realised there's no mileage in it. It isn't washing anymore. And the Arsenal fan base at large is happy. They're hungry. They want more success, but they're happy. Rival fans are a different kettle of fish. The frustration and the annoyance of Arsenal's continual improvement, continual growth, infuriates them. Now, I am a rival and I don't like to see Arsenal do well. However, as I've got older, I've just managed to let the pettiness go. When Arsenal lose a game, I'll criticise it. If Man United beat them, I'll give them a bit of banter. If they lose a final, depending on who they lose the final to. I don't want them losing a final to Liverpool or a final to City with the amount of trophies they're winning. But they lose a final to Tottenham, I'll banter them. And I'm sure every single gooner that enjoys the football terrace would completely understand that logic. But the level of abuse I've seen Henry get, and he didn't just say Arsenal are going to win it outright, it's going to be easy, they're going to smash it, there's no competition. He essentially stated that if City don't really improve their team and their squad from this particular juncture, he thinks Arsenal will win the league. And I agree. If Arsenal, to an extent, I agree. Arsenal are probably going to sign Mourinho. If they go and land a top attacker, a Gyökeres, a Victor Osimhen, I was going to say Pedro Neto, but he's gone to Chelsea. If somebody like that is purchased, and City do no more business, Arsenal, in my opinion, become the marginal favourites. Experience and know-how And of course, the best manager in the world, that all goes to City. And they're going to be in the race until the final day of the season. I am sure of it. But if Arsenal just add this extra bit of star quality and depth, I think this season, they will just pip them. But of course, if City go out and buy Bruno Guimaraes, go out and sign another attacker, my opinion may change. But the one thing that is for sure is barring an absolutely unpredictable, catastrophic nosedive in form, ridiculous levels of injuries, a meteorite, something crazy happening, Arsenal are in this title race. And I think that the fact that they're now in a title race by default, maybe that realization in the last couple of days has kicked in to fans of rival clubs that despise Arsenal, and the blood is boiling. It's a warm day here in England, but people's blood pressure is going through the roof. I thought this was going to be short-lived. Because remember, the negative Nellies who told me 2 years ago they're not going to become a scary team, they can't become title contenders, were wrong. The people that said that Arteta would never get into the top four were wrong. The people that said Arteta would never get into a title race are wrong. The people that said that if Arteta is in a title race, I'll start to back him, didn't change their minds. The goalposts get moved continuously, and that is through anger, that is through bitterness, and there is a splattering of immaturity within that as well, of people just not being able to say, I was wrong. Now, I think that Liverpool will be in this title race with Arsenal. We're going to touch on more of them this week. We're going to do a couple of these shows for the teams in title contention, plus the top four race as well. Liverpool are going to be there, I believe, especially if they bring in Zubimendi. That deal is in the balance right now, but what an improvement he would be to them. I am not writing City off in any capacity. Saying that Arsenal are marginal favourites is not saying that Manchester City are crap, saying Manchester City have fallen off, stating Manchester City have no chance. If anybody tries to twist my words into that, it's going to fall short in the Football Terrace community, because my people understand exactly what it is I'm saying, and I'm not being hyperbolic or exaggerating in any particular way. But I do think it's weird how that now more people have realised, and maybe I don't get it as much anymore because, you know, people I've proven everybody wrong overall when it comes to Arsenal. Not every prediction you make comes right, but my overarching feeling about where Arsenal were 2 years ago and where they are now has all come to fruition. Maybe Henry and maybe others like him are starting to get attacked a lot and slagged off because they're publicly talking about now what some of us have seen for the last 12 months, some of us have seen for the last 24 months. And in fact, there are some Arsenal fans that have seen this since day one. We have people in our group chat, the likes of Kesh, who remain very, very, very positive towards Arsenal. Remember DJ Henry as well? Harry was his name, sorry. They were all very positive about the direction Arsenal were going in. They saw the wood through the trees before anybody else did. And there still seems to be people angry and frustrated on the internet about the absolute truth of the matter. But I would love to ascertain your view and opinion. We're a few days away from the Premier League kicking off. Yes, the window's open for 2 to 3 weeks more. But where do you see Arsenal finishing this year and why? And I don't just want to hear winning the league. I don't just want to hear coming third. I don't just want to hear they'll flop and come sixth. I want whys. I want whys behind the what. That's always far more important. What I will say, though, is give YouTube, and maybe I'm being a little sensitive here because I am one, but give YouTubers online a bit of a break. Takes a lot to show your name, show your face, to give your opinions out there. Stop trying to gatekeep the kind of content that people should make. Challenge the opinions without attacking the person, especially when it comes to football. We're not talking politics here. We're not talking about really important social matters that impact everybody's lives. We're talking football. It should be the football opinion. And I say it all the time, I want to be challenged. But I've always been very specific about this. I want to be challenged on my football opinion, not I don't like your content. I don't know why you think Arsenal were good. I don't know why you think City are the best in the world. I don't understand why you think Liverpool might be able to win the league. You're doing it for this, you're doing it for that, you're doing it for the other. That's my opinion. Challenge the opinion. Look, people, until next time, take care, goodbye, God bless, and I'm going to see you all again soon. Peace!